The truth about marijuana and mortgages. That's right, I'm going to give you the full scoop on this topic, which is hot, hot, hot. But before I do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel, not only for this great information, but other really helpful information on the home loan process. So let's dive into it. Marijuana or cannabis, that industry is booming. Let's face it, it's becoming legal in more and more states across the country. There are record earnings in the billions of dollars, and real estate is on fire right now. So people that are working for marijuana related industries naturally want to buy homes because now they can. So that bears the question, can I get approved for a mortgage with income from the marijuana industry? Now be very careful who you listen to, because very often the answer is no. That's it, just no. Well, in truth, the answer is maybe. So here's what's going on. Marijuana remains illegal under federal law, and because of that, income derived from cannabis cannot be considered income for purposes for the underwriting process on a home loan. If it's legal in the state, though, and many states, including Arizona, it is now legal, there is the option that there is a home loan program out there that may work. Not all home loan programs, though, and this is where the disconnect is, and this is why you will hear no. So if the loan is federally backed, okay, so let's back up. Back up. So we think about home loans, traditional mainstream home lending. There are really 4 different loan programs available. There's going to be VA, FHA, USDA, and then conventional financing. And in the conventional financing space, anything under a $548,250 loan amount is mostly going to be underwritten to Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. Okay, that's a whole lot of words, right? But why it's important and why I want to kind of share that landscape is the first 3 that I mentioned, VA, FHA, and USDA, are all federally backed loans. So because they're federally backed, and because the federal government, and it is still federally illegal, marijuana is illegal on a federal level, those home loans cannot be used. That's just the reality of where we are today. But there is a home loan that is available, and I'm telling you, we're going to see this change. So this is just this point in time. But today, if you're a wage earner, which means that you receive a W-2 from a cannabis or marijuana related industry, and you do not have any ownership interest in the business, then you would be eligible for a Fannie Mae conventional home loan. Now, you still have to meet all the other underwriting guidelines and down payment requirements and credit requirements, etc., but there is a home loan program out there. Now, if you're self-employed, meaning that you have ownership interest in the cannabis-related business, that's where it becomes more challenging today. So there are some programs that are starting to pop up out of those mainstream loans that I mentioned to you. And I think that's just going to continue to change over time. But today, if you're self-employed and trying to use the income derived from the marijuana-related industry, it's going to be tough, let's face it. But for all of you out there who are working maybe as a bud tender or in the warehouse or delivery, and you're receiving a W-2 and you don't have any ownership interest, I would encourage you to look at the Fannie Mae conventional home loan. Now, proof of not having ownership is going to be important. You're going to be sure that you are purchasing a home in a state where marijuana is legal, not just from a medicinal type, but legal. And then you have to have a history of doing that job, just like you would for any other type of job. We just want to be sure that it's something that you have history in. And you have to be able to demonstrate and document your income, which means traditional pay stubs, your taxes and insurance and all that fun stuff coming out of it, your gross income, your net income, your year-to-date earnings. So traditional paychecks are what lenders are looking for. And know that if you're in a situation where you maybe have ownership interest in the cannabis related industry, or you can't document your income to meet the lending guidelines, don't forget that a co-signer might be a great option. So co-signers are somebody, maybe it's a family member or relative or somebody that you know that is willing to go on the home loan with you, and their income would be used to qualify, together with your debts from each one of you, assets, etc. So don't forget co-signers. They're a great option if there's somebody out there that can help you. So despite what you have heard, just because you work in the marijuana industry does not mean you can't obtain home financing. It's important to talk with an experienced loan officer to make sure that you understand what your options are. Every buyer has a different story, and working with an experienced loan officer who's going to listen to that story and help strategize and bring solutions to you, that's ultimately what you're looking for. If you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out.